Let me, because I always forget to record. Okay, so this is the start of Macros 101. It's more about the app, more about the basics of tracking. Tomorrow night, we dig a little bit deeper, and then you guys do practice days. And then we rock and roll starting on the 20th for 7 weeks straight, which is going to be amazing. So first thing I want everybody to do is pull up their phones, go in your app, and go to the 3 dots. You'll see 3 dots in a line. Some phones are on top, some are on the bottom. It depends on how your phone is set up. That's basically your settings. Once you go to settings, you're going to see MyFitnessPal, a line that says MyFitnessPal. Click on that. And everybody should see a toggle. Everybody's toggle should be green. If it's not green, click on it. I love Tracy. She's showing Steve what to do. It's always the case. Okay, so everybody did that, right? And everybody said syncing in background or, you know, whatever it's doing. So if yours does not say that it is connected and syncing, then a step was not done. And we need to do that separately. But that means that anything you put in MyFitnessPal will sync over automatically into my app. If it does not, in that same screen, do you see where it says sync manually and it's double arrows? If you click that, it will sync. So sometimes there is a delay. And if you're impatient, which is fine, go in there and just click manually sync and it should do it. It's not, Fitbit is automatic, like instantaneously, Fitbit's amazing. MyFitnessPal has some issues. Ever since Under Armour sold it, it's not like the greatest, but it's a really easy tool to use in comparing Fitbit and MyFitnessPal. My app also has in-app tracking, but it's not super friendly yet. And there's probably like 14 people in beta test right now from the group. So I never offer that. Only last resort. If someone's like, I can't stand waiting for this to sync. So then I say, well, let's try in-app tracking. Okay, so everybody should be good with that. If you're watching this on record, you should be doing the same thing we just did. If it says we cannot sync, that means you did not follow the steps. And we need to go back and do that. Okay. When you go in your app and you go to your dash, and when you're in your dash, I'm just playing up somebody's. You should see somewhere at the top where it says like MyFitnessPal or Fitbit synced from, or there's like a little square, little teeny icon for MyFitnessPal. If you click on that, it'll toggle you into MyFitnessPal. So you don't have to close out of my app and go back in my app, which makes it really easy. Everybody should have that if you're using MyFitnessPal. I love that Maggie, every time I say something, she's acknowledging it. So I know she's seeing it, which means everybody else should see it. That makes it so much easier. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that. Otherwise, this is what I see. And I'm like, okay, do they have this or they do not? Okay, so everybody's good. I am going to show you something on someone's app, okay? No names, but you see these lines? Okay, yellow is good. Red is not good. So far, so good, right? Only this person, actually I changed her macro, so it's gonna look kind of off. But let me pull up Danielle's. I always use Danielle's. So Danielle Novak, who you'll see in the group a lot, she's down like 60 pounds. She's killing it. See hers, it's all yellow. Amazing, yay! Click on it. If you click on it, you're gonna see all the food that you entered into MyFitnessPal in my app. So if I say, like on Wednesday, I'm gonna tell you guys to do a practice day. You don't have to screenshot your food for me. I can see it. So don't waste that step. Don't waste your energy doing that. I see everything that you guys see. Now, if you see, when you're on this screen, I want you guys to slide. When you slide over, then I want you to slide down. And you're going to see your customized numbers that I gave you. If you slide over, slide down. Yes. I'm waiting for Maggie's acknowledgement. Okay, so when you're in your food, your MyFitnessFood, right? Just slide it over. So you're sliding it to the left. Yeah? Okay, so then slide up and look at the bottom of your screen, and you're gonna see where it says calories and macros. This is really important, and you read this in your ebook. Your proteins need to be 10 over or under or right on. So if I tell you 160 proteins, you can be at 170 or you can be at 150, not 171 and not 159. 10 over or under, you have this leeway. It's already worked into your numbers. So you're not really focusing on getting it perfect. Nobody's perfect. So you can be over or under in your numbers. Same thing with your carbs, 10 over or under. Now, carbs are a little different. If you're at 12, do not message me and say, hey, I need to get 2 carbs and what should I do? Because I'm going to tell you, don't worry about it. It's 2 carbs. It's 8 calories. It is not going to change your weight loss, your fat loss, your muscle building. It's 8 calories. Now, if it's 13 or 14, I'm going to say, listen, you need to have a rice cake, and that might put you under a little bit, but that's okay, or over a little bit. You have that 10 over. You want to get as close to those numbers as you can, but you have that 10 gram leeway. Now, fats is a little different. It is 4 to 6. So if I tell you 46, you want to be 52 or around there or under. But I will tell you something. If I give you 150 carbs and you think, oh, I want to lose weight faster, so I'm only going to eat 120, it's not going to work. I have it calculated for each person individually, exactly what you've told me. And that number of carbs and proteins and fats is for you to reach your goals because of the activity of what you tell me. If you cut yourself short on carbs, your body's going to hold on to that fat. So don't think you're doing yourself a favor. You're doing yourself a disservice. And I'll see that in the beginning because a lot of us are carb shy or we're freaking scared of carbs because we've heard of keto and all those other stupid freaking diets. And that's exactly what they are. They are diets. You go on them, you go off of them. We lose a ton of weight, we gain it right back. And the freaking problem is we gain back more. Right? Because we've now trained our bodies that we should be giving ourselves a limited number of carbs or no fats. America is obese because we went to fat-free 30 years ago. If you go fat-free, they have to put other shit in it to make it good, like taste good, to give it so it's preserved. So nothing fat-free, by the way. I told go off on tangents, but nothing fat-free. So you want to stick to the numbers I give you. Please don't message me and say, I really think we need to adjust my macros. Because I'm pretty sure I'm the nutritionist. And I promise you, I know what I'm doing. I've worked for a doctor's office for 13 years, for a weight loss doctor's office, where we used to do this HCG and the phentermine and all that crap. So bad for you. Focus on eating correctly, focus on eating for your goals, and your body will change. I promise you. You guys have seen pictures. I'm tried and true. I've lost 100 pounds following my own program. I have over 500, probably 700 transformations that I've done. And I promise you, I will not steer you wrong. Now, that's not true if you say, listen, I'm really sick. And my doctor told me no exercise for the next 2 weeks, or I hurt myself, then I'm definitely going to change your macros because now your goals are a little different. But I'm not going to change them because you can't hit your numbers. You're paying me to be your coach. Use me. Don't feel like you're bothering me. You are never bothering me. If Laura, you have 30 carbs left and you don't know what to do and it's 8 o'clock at night, message me. Hey, Shannon, I have 30 carbs. What should I do? I'm going to say, you know what? Have 2 rice cakes, or what do you have in the refrigerator? And You know, do you have this? Do you have that? And we're going to play the game of macros Tetris. And you're going to hit your numbers. And at first, macro Tetris is going to be like speaking Spanish if you don't speak Spanish. But in a couple of weeks, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so easy. I love playing macros Tetris. Macros Tetris is my favorite game. I'll never play a video game, but that is my favorite game. I love helping you guys hit your numbers. And when I do, you guys are like, oh my God, I should have thought of that. If your proteins are short, you didn't eat dinner yet, and you tell me, I don't know how I'm going to get another 40 grams of protein in. What am I going to do? I'm going to look at your log, your food log. And I'm going to say, well, I noticed you only have 4 ounces of chicken for dinner. Bump it up 6 to 8. You'll hit your numbers. And you're going to learn all that in the next 2 days of how to figure out those tricks and tips and stuff like that as we go through it. But I like to lay down the ground rules first. So you log every single thing that goes in your mouth. If you bite it, you write it. If you snack it, you track it. Like 2 years ago, 2 girls that are in the group bought me a cup and it says it on there. They haven't made, because I'm going to trademark those eventually. Or copyright or whatever it's called. Okay. We don't track calories. We track macros. And this, I'm going to explain to you why. Have you ever heard of somebody say, oh yeah, I eat 1,200 calories a day. I don't know why I'm not losing weight. It's because you have no idea of that 1,200 calories of what are carbs, proteins, and fats. Well, proteins and carbs are 1 protein, 1 carb equal 4 calories. But if it's fats, that's 9 calories. So if you're eating majority of your food, fats and carbs, but you don't realize it because you're eating 1,200 calories, you're never really going to be in that mode to lose fat. So we track protein, carbs, and fats, which equal your calories. So let's say you have 1,500 calories to eat for the day, but you've hit all your macros within the 10 over under, but you're at 1,347 calories. That's okay, because we don't track calories. We track your macros. And on the flip side, if you're at 1,500 and now all of a sudden you're at 1,529, don't panic. We track macros, not calories. If you hit your macros, you're golden. So don't panic if your calories are over or under, because we don't worry about that. Everybody also sees body weight goals in their app that I added today. So unless you told me you wanted to lose less than 10 pounds, everybody's goal is in 10-pound increments. And I do that because 10 pounds is so attainable. It is easy to see. It feels more achievable versus, holy shit, I have 57 pounds to lose. I am never going to do that in 8 weeks. No, you're not going to do that in 8 weeks, because I only calculate you to lose a pound a week. A pound a week will stay off longer than anything else. And you can Google that. It will tell you that. Half a pound to a pound usually will stay off. But I calculate a lot of you at 1 pound per week. Some of you, I might do 1.2, a little bit more, whatever, but it's usually around that 1 pound. So within the 8 weeks, you should be losing between 4 and 8 pounds, which is why I never give anybody a goal of 57 pounds weight loss or 30 pounds or 20 pounds. And it's great to be excited every time you lose that 10 pounds. You know, you get a shout out, it feels good, and you keep going. But if you have that huge goal that you guys gave me, which is amazing, and I put that in there, it's going to look like it's so far away. And it's very discouraging. So we do baby steps with weight loss. Everybody's going to have that half of body weight in water as a goal. So water doesn't really have to be water. It doesn't have to be H2O. It could be bubblies. It could be LaCroix. It could be, tea without sugar. It could be meal drops, Crystal Light. You could put that in your waters. If it doesn't have sugar, it counts as water, pretty much. It could have caffeine. That used to be an old school, oh, caffeine doesn't count as water. That's actually not true. So it does count as water. Those Gatorades and all that other crap does not count as water. It's fluids, it'll keep you hydrated, but it doesn't count as water. Diet soda doesn't count as water. And that's because it has flavorings and colors in it. Mio does too, but not the same way as soda. If big goals are hard for you, don't go buy one of those big jugs of water and say, I'm going to drink this whole whatever those things are. You know, it says drink till this time, drink by this time. Don't do that to yourself. I cannot do that. That's overwhelming to me. And by the halfway, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I go by cup, by bottle, cup by cup, whatever you need to do. And in your app, you will have a ticker for the day. And you'll know you hit your goal, you'll tick it off. If you have a hard time knowing that you're hitting your water, you need to make sure you drink a cup of water before you eat any meal and at the end of any meal. And that will help you get your water in. Stay away. I don't want to say this. Limit yourself to diet sodas. I never restrict anybody from anything, but limit yourself. That's like 1, maybe 2 a day. If you have a diet soda habit, you need to message me because I'm going to put it in your habits to break that habit. I feel like it's Jenna because your mom keeps looking at you. Am I right? Your mom keeps looking over.
No, it's my mom. I have the regular soda that I need to break. She has a diet soda.
Oh, so you guys can break it together. Mm-hmm. Oh, now I know you guys need a new habit. Okay. So that was my next thing. If you have a habit that you would like to break, in addition to the water and in addition to getting your steps in, message me. You're allowed 3 habits. I get 2. You get 1 if you would like it. So you'll message me and let me know. Your habits will populate when your workout programs and your calendar populate on the 20th. Because that's the official start date when I bring you in with everybody else and we run for the next 7 weeks. And there's a prize. So I think it's $200 or $250. I can't remember what I said, but I'll look back at my notes. And that doesn't start this week, it starts next week. So don't panic that you don't know what you're doing and you're gonna fall behind because this is your practice week. I do this every session. I bring you guys all in early so that you can get used to the app, understand what we're doing. By the time Monday comes, you pretty much know what you're doing, but you'll need me to help you hit your numbers, but you still know what you're doing. I want you guys to think about your macros as a daily budget. Flip side it to your monthly budget for your home. So I want you guys to put them side by side. When you have a monthly budget, and I'm pulling out numbers, you make $5,000 a month. You're not living in Palm Beach County, but you make $5,000 a month. From that $5,000, you take out your home, your insurance, your car, and your weekly food. Whatever's left, you do your hair, your skin, your nails, whatever. That's your discretionary, disposable income. Everything else is your discretionary, right? You have to use it. I want you to think the same way. If you have 1,500 calories, you're going to get your main meals in. I don't believe in breakfast, lunch, dinner. So you're going to get your meal 1 in, your meal 2 in, your meal 3 in, whatever, maybe 4 meals. Whatever's left is your snacks in between or snacks at the end of the day. I do ask that you don't use meal replacements. So you can have a protein shake as a snack or with your breakfast or with your lunch or after dinner, but I cannot see lunch Slim Fast Shake or Optavia, whatever the hell the new fad diet is of the week. I know a lot of people went on that kick of the Optavia thing. So everybody has like their chips left and their cereal things left and all that crap. You can use it as a snack, as a filler. And when it's gone, it's gone. Do not order them again. I don't want anybody to have money throwing out the window. And you know, there's things that we use, Quest chips. They're great to get your proteins in. And we're going to go over that, but don't have meal replacements. We are learning how to eat properly. So you got all your meals. You took that out and now you have whatever snacks you want. At the beginning of the month, when you have your budget, you write everything down that you need to pay, right? And so you're ahead of time. Because if you just winged it and you're like, oh, I might pay my mortgage on Friday and I might pay my car payment on Wednesday. If I have the money, I'll pay this. You would never probably pay all your bills, especially if you had little things in between. Like you paid your mortgage, then you decided, oh, I'm going to go get my nails and toes done. And then by the time you go to get your car payment, you're like, oh shit, I have no more money left. How am I going to make my car payment? Right? Same thing with your daily food. So if you have 1,500 calories and you start in the morning and you don't do any logging all day, at the end of the day, you have no idea what you have left to eat, what you ate, what you're doing. And now you're either stuck with a ton of food to eat, or you went way over in something. And then you're messaging me and saying, what am I going to do? And I can't say, stick your fingers down your throat and get those carbs back up. Doesn't work that way. So you have to plan ahead. You have to prepare. Failure to prepare is preparing to fail. And when you track macros, you need to be prepared. You need to think about your day. I'm not saying you need to know every single thing you're going to eat, but we're all creatures of habit, and we all have things that are in our routine every day. Whether it could be one thing, it could be two things. I mean, I eat the same thing pretty much every day, but that's the first thing that goes in your app for the day. You can do it the night before, you can do it the morning of, but that goes in your app first thing. Then let's say it's a Friday and you know you're going to have, or maybe drink during the week, and you know you're going to have 2 glasses of wine, or you know you're going to have a beer or whatever. You're going to put that in. Then you start working your day. Whatever you know you're going to have, that's how you start your day. If I know that it's Saturday night and we're going to go to the club and I know I'm going to eat this food, it goes in my app when I wake up on Saturday morning. If I know we have a party to go to, or we're going out for dinner, it goes in my app. And if you're not sure where you're going, put in a buffer so that you're prepared by the time dinner comes. So Saturday, I knew we were going to this speakeasy place down in Las Olas, and I knew that they had fattening food. Well, all I had all day was pretty much protein, because I knew I wanted to have my carbs at dinner. You can do that. It's not hoarding. That's flexible dieting. That's a flexible lifestyle. That's going to help you stay on track and not go off or on a diet, because you could do these things. I know that we go on Sundays and we each get a Bloody Mary at this breakfast place, etc. They have really good Bloody Marys. I put that in my app on Saturday night, so I know immediately on Sunday I don't have to worry about it. So though you have to plan ahead. You can't eat something and then log it. Log it before you eat it, because how do you know you have room in your day for that? So let's say you put all your food in for the day, and then you come home, you didn't log your food, you ate your food, thinking that's what it would be okay. Then you go to logging, you're like, oh no, I ate way too many sweet potato fries. I didn't realize it. There's nothing you can do about it. So you have to do it before you eat it. Everybody's on their phone nowadays. So if you're at a restaurant and you pull out your phone to log your food, it is not that big of a deal. If they say something to you, you just let them know, I'm logging my food. You're being healthy. You're being mindful. You should never be healthy, conscious, shamed, ever. Because what you do, other people will start to do. And you'll start to see that, like, what are you doing? Oh, I want to do that too. You look great. You look healthy. You look happy. You have so much more energy. You're able to run around with your kids. Wow, you're going for a walk now? That's freaking awesome. So never be shameful of doing anything like this. You should never be. I'm always in my app putting my food in. You will start to eat the same foods, which is pretty normal. I mean, we kind of do that now usually. And usually one meal will deviate. And usually that's our dinner, or if we know if we're going out for lunch or something, we'll deviate from it. Nothing is off limits. You can have a burger, you can have the fries, you can have anything you want, as long as you put it in your app before you eat it. Because you might not be able to have a whole sweet potato, but you can have half of it at that time, depending on what's left in your app, what's left in your budget. It's all about your budget. I have 9 minutes for this meeting. If you thought you could have 2 glasses of wine, but now it's dinner time and oh my gosh, you went over and now you see you're over in your carbs, you got to pull out one of those wines. Or you got to pull out, not pull out, change something that you have in for dinner. So people always message me and they say, oh no, I'm over 30 grams in carbs. What should I do? And I'll look and I'll say, well, did you eat dinner yet? Nope, not yet. All right, cut down your rice to 1/4 of a cup. Oh my God, that worked. So it's always about portions when you're trying to make your numbers match and planning ahead. Let's pull up my notes because that was really just my cheat sheet. Okay. People always ask me, why do we need proteins? Why do we need carbs? Why do we need fats? It's in the ebook, but I know a lot of us say we read the ebook, but we really just skim the ebook for the good things like the shopping list, the cheat sheets, the rules. But protein curbs your hunger. Protein is a natural appetite suppressant. So that's why the bulk of your food is protein. I want to say this. Nobody's on a high protein, nobody's on a high carb, and nobody's on a low fat diet in this program. It is all pretty much neutral. I mean, you have lower fats than you do your carbs and your proteins. You have a little bit more proteins than your carbs, but nobody's on a specific low carb, high protein. I don't do that. I do it for your goals, but nobody falls into those categories. Protein is the most satiating macro. So not only does it curb your appetite, but it fills you. I want everybody to write down the number 4 on a piece of paper or in your head. And then I want you to write down 6-8. And then I want you to cross off the 4. Big X over the 4. You are never going to eat 4 ounces of protein ever again. Ever again. That was in the days of 8 glasses of water, whatever, 8 ounces of glasses of water a day. That is not the case. If you eat 4 ounces of protein, you're never going to hit your macros. We are now eating 6 to 8 ounces at your main meals. That is 2 things of tuna in a pouch. That is 1.5 to 2 chicken breasts. Three ounces of chicken breast is like this. We need 2 of those. And I tell this story all the time, and it's a joke in our house, but I eat a bowl. Like I eat in bowls. I don't eat on plates. And when I first started coming to the house years and years ago, I used to have this green bowl, and it was a joke. Mike's daughters used to always make fun, like, don't use Shannon's green bowl. Like, that's Shannon's green bowl. And I eat differently than everybody else in my house because I eat for my goals. I eat super, 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 super clean. That's just the way I like to eat. I don't put that on anybody else. I do it the way you guys do it, but majority of my food is 100% clean. So I eat at dinner pretty much every night, 6 to 8 ounces of either chicken breast or cod. And I take a family size bag of broccoli and I microwave it or air fry it. And I put that in my big green bowl with my protein. And then I take either hot sauce or mustard. That's another joke that I use mustard on everything. And I put it in there and I mix it all up. And I take my carb, which is usually 13 sweet potato fries, because I know that's 1 serving. And I don't put that in there. And I eat that. And that's usually my meals every night. And that's like, he has daughters. And they're like, please tell me Shannon is not cooking tonight because I do not want to eat out of a bowl. Now, when I first started doing that, this was 12 years ago, I was married, and I would sit at the table with this food and tears would come down my face. Like literally, I would cry. And my ex-husband at the time, was my husband, he would say, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you forcing yourself to eat this food? I'm like, because they're my macros and I have to hit my macros. So I would get up, I would do laundry. After we ate dinner together, I would come back down and eat more. I would get up, I would clean the dishes, load the dishwasher. I would sit down and eat the rest of my food until it was gone. Fast forward, I'm hungry by the time I'm done with that bowl still. Because you have to train your body to eat the foods that work for you. At that time, I was 42% body fat. I just did my body fat and it's 16.4%. And I eat over 2,400 calories a day. I eat a lot. So don't let the amount of food freak you out. It will work, I promise you. I've never had anyone gain weight on my program. Not even ones that don't follow it the right way. They don't gain weight. They just don't lose the weight. And then I have to and then they follow the program. And I believe in tough love. So you might get a message from me and be like, I don't want to use someone's name that's in here right now. Eileen, what the hell are you doing? What happened this weekend? What is your goal? Do you want to be in the program? Because if not, I can let you go. And I will turn around and say, I will refund you your money. I am not doing this. I will never get rich doing this. I don't charge enough money to get rich doing this. There are coaches that charge $300 to $500 for exactly what I'm doing. But I don't do that. I do it because it is my passion. It's because I love, love, love helping people feel good, reaching their goals, because I've been there. I hated being 250 pounds, 242, depending on the day. I hated it. My life is so different being the way I am, not physically, not including physically, but just how I feel, how I want others to feel. So I always offer to give you your money back if it doesn't work for you. I have no problem with that. Now, that's not because you can't come to me and be like, okay, this is not working, I want my money back. I need to see you trying. And I can't live with you guys, so I can't guarantee anything. That just wouldn't work. Although I would love to live with everybody. That would be super fun. But you can't do that. Okay. Carbs help us with energy, and we need the energy when we work out, whether it's training, cardio, just feeling good throughout the day. You need to have carbs in your body. People that are on low carb diets, you'll notice their eyes start to come down, their skin doesn't look good, they're tired. You know, we've all been there, we've done those things, we've played those yo-yo diet games. Don't do that to yourself. You need to have them. Carbs help replenish your glycogen. And I'm not getting into science or anything, but glycogen is what stores fuel for your energy, for your workouts. You need to have that. So please don't let that out of your system. And fats, you need fat for your hair, your skin, your nails, your cell regrowth. People get jaundice when they go on these low fat diets. You don't want to do that. Why would you want to do that? You want to be healthy. You want to look good. You want to look healthy. Okay, so there was one more thing I wanted to tell you before I get cut off. And what was it? I was looking at my notes and then I forgot. This is why I have notes. It'll come to me and I'll just have to put it in the group. Okay. For homework, and it's very light homework, I want you guys to write down, I just remembered it. Let me just write this down so I don't forget. Okay, because I'm gonna get cut off. For homework, I want you guys to write down 10 things that you normally eat in a week. Because tomorrow we're gonna start building your first day together. On YouTube, I want you guys to find the food in my kitchen, it's called. The video is called In My Kitchen. I want you guys all to watch that. It's food. I pull out food out of my kitchen, all the things in my pantry, and it's all ideas of how to hit your numbers. You don't have to watch it by tomorrow, but I want you guys to watch it. And then I'm gonna, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll put the link in the group. so that you guys can get it from there. And then also there's a thing called share and tell, or our favorite things, where we go through in their meeting and everybody shares something that they love that helps them hit their numbers. So those are all in there as well.